Hello everyone, Dean here with the Rogue Deck Chronicles, and we are in rotation finally. So with that, I want to start the Perfect Order series with the fun Rogue Deck idea, kind of like a single prizer, but it's multi-prizer at the same time. And I want to do Doublade, and we're going to pair it up with Steven's Metagross. So I'm saying Doublade because we are centralizing this deck around the weaponized swords attack. Doublade is a stage 1 steel type Pokemon evolved from Honedge, and for double colorless it does 60 times, and you just reveal any number of Honedge, Doublade, and Aegislash from your hand, and you do 60 damage for each card you reveal in this way. You're not shuffling the Pokemon back into your deck, you're not discarding the Pokemon, all you do is show it and it stays in your hand. So this is a nice single prize attacker here. And then we have that paired off with Steven's Metagross EX, a stage 2 EX Pokemon evolves from Steven's Metang, 340 HP, so a little bulky there. With the X Boot ability, once during your turn, you may search your deck for a basic Psychic and a basic Metal Energy, and attach them to one of your Psychic and Metal Pokemon any way you like. So, a little hint here, we're only playing Metal Pokemon in this list. So we're always going to apply this to a Metal Pokemon. So let's get into the list. So we play a 4-4-4 line of the Honedge, Doublade, Aegislash. The Honedge is here so we can get into our Doublades. And really the Aegislash is just here to power up the Doublade's attack. We're not really ever going to evolve into it. We do have the Metal Slash attack, but you need to put 4 energy on there. Slash does 80. It's just better for us to keep with the Doublade and keep doing with that. We play 2 Genesect EX to get our evolution Pokemon out. We play 1 Mega Skarmory, which is another new card from Perfect Order. As a basic Mega Pokemon, 260 HP with the Sonic Ripper attack for Metal Colorless. Shuffle all energy attached to this Pokemon into your deck, and you do 220 to one of your opponent's Pokemon. And then during my testing with this actually has free retreat too, so this can be our pivoter for the game. And then we do a 2-2-2 line of the Steven's Beldum, Metang, and Metagross. So pretty straightforward. This is a very linear deck, so not really a lot of surprises here. So let's go into our into our trainer cards first. Our items. We'll play 4 Buddy Poffin because our Beldums and our Honedges are 70 HP. 1 Energy Recycler just to recycle some of our energy. We only have 1 because we don't really need a lot. Our ace pack of choice here is Max Rod, just because we don't play a lot of recovery. We are in rotation, so Super Rod is not existent anymore. Yeah, we could play some Sacred Ash, we could play more Night Stretcher, which we do play one of, but I feel like the Max Rod is really good, especially when our Doublade line gets knocked out and we need just more Pokemon to increase our attack. The Max Rod is perfect in that way. We play 3 Poké Pads to get our non-rule box Pokemon out. 2 Rare Candy for that Steven Metagross. 2 Ultra Ball to get our non-rule box, or get our rule box Pokemon out. And then 1 Battle Cage. Honestly, the stadium pick in here, it can be a Full Metal Lab. Battle Cage, it's not really a good stadium, but we need the stadium bump. So with how prevalent Dragapult is, I picked the Battle Cage just to see how it is. Again, this slot can be mixed or matched with other options. With our support Pokemon, our support trainers, or supporters, sorry, we have 2 Boss's Orders, 1 Cyrano, 2 Dawn, 2 Judge, 3 Lillie's Determination, and Team Rocket's Petrel. A lot of this is just grabbing our cards when we need it, drawing cards, because we don't have any more research in rotation, we don't have Arven, we have no Iono. So typically when we draw something, it's going to stay in our hand unless we get unfair stamped. We have 1 Air Balloon just for pivoting in this, and then for our energy, we play a 5-5 split of the Metal and Psychic. I did fool around with making this a single prize option. However, I felt like the Steven's Metagross is probably the best partner for this. It helps energize this in 1 turn consistently versus whiffing on the Metangs. And then, yeah, I think this is just the more straightforward build. Plus, we have the alternate attacker in Metagross and Skarmory as well. So, with that being said, let's take this on the ladder and see how Doublade Metagross compares to everything else going out there. So, I'll see y'all there. Okay, y'all. We're here in our first game with Doublade Metagross. I forgot to mention earlier in the video, but if y'all can, like and subscribe to our channel. We are a growing YouTube channel. We're trying to put out more and more content here. We got a couple ideas for some great series coming up. And we just want to get you all involved and just show you what we can do and how we love this game. So I'm going to start with the Skarmory because that is our free retreater here. And we are going second. So it looks like we're going against Mega Lucario here. So maybe a little hard. I actually don't know how this matchup is, because they can one-shot our Doublades, but we can one-shot their Megas. So we'll see how this goes. That is an interesting Makita. Oh, that's a promo card. That's really cool. Okay. We'll play the Honedge. We'll play the Genesect here. We'll play Dawn. We'll get a Beldum, Metang, and Metagross. Or should we? I'm gonna get Doublade. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get the Beldum on the board here. We'll attach energy to the Honedge. Let's use Genesect and grab some more pieces. So we can grab Metang. And I'll grab another Doublade. And if we get energy next turn, we will be in a very good spot here. So let's end turn. They can't one-shot our Skarmory, I don't believe. So our opponent attached the Rocky Fighting Energy. This, when it's attached to fighting Pokemon, it prevents all effects of attack. We are not worrying about that. We don't do effects here because Skarmory does damage. So they didn't have much going on. That's fine here. However, we don't really have much going on as well. So we'll evolve into our Pokemon here. We'll just thin out our deck. I wish we can get... Okay, we'll do that. And we'll just pass. They have nothing going on here. They just didn't do much. I didn't even know what they did. I was just talking about some random stuff. But we're getting our board set up. Our board's actually in a pretty decent spot. Once we get this Metagross set up, we can start attacking. But I wish we had another Honedge, and we can try and get that going as well. But I'm glad we know we have Max Rod. We have this in our starting hand. We're not going to use it unless we absolutely have to. Okay, so they're going to Petrel. That means our hand's safe. Because there is still Judge in the format. So a lot of decks, instead of playing Iono, are now playing Judge. So you got the... They got the Air Balloon. So it looks like they're going to go into Mega Lucario here. Actually, I think they can one-shot us. I think that can do 270 if they have the energy. Yeah, so they can one-shot us, get 3 prizes. But we can try to one-shot them. We have 4 pieces already in our hand. That's 240 damage. We can get 2 more. So that's 6. That's 360. And they're going after our Doublade. So pretty smart on them for doing that. That's why I wish we had 2. So we'll promote the Skarmory since that is our free retreater. We could snipe down that Hariyama. So let's evolve here. We're not really getting much going on. So let's get Metang and Metagross for next turn. No point of getting more Doublade pieces, at least for now. We could hit this for 200. Because I'm not sure if I can get 2 metal on here. I cannot. So let's just power up the Metagross. I keep saying Metang for some reason. Kind of wish we can snipe the Hariyama, but it is what it is right now. And we'll just get some damage onto this Lucario. Hopefully next turn we can knock it out. Because we can either go with Genesect, do 150 on there. So they play Gravity Mountain, which, yeah, they're going to knock out our Metagross. But that's why we have the second one up, ready to go for us. Get a Fighting Gong. That's an interesting Makita art. I really like it. But yeah, I'm excited that rotation's here. I was kind of getting a little tired of the current format. However, I still have to deal with it. I am playing in Orlando. We did make a post about that. We will be there. I will be a competitor, and Dev will be a spectator. So if you see us there, come say hi to us. So we'll evolve to the Metagross. Don't want to use Max Rod just to knock this out. But they can knock us out as well. So let's X-Boot here. I know we got plenty of energy in here. Oh, we're getting close to our Psychic. Let's do that. I hate playing this now, but we need to get stuff going. Yeah, we'll put all this back into our hand. Play down the Honedge. We'll thin out some pieces, just hopefully we can get a supporter next turn. And let's knock out this Mega Lucario and get 3 prizes and tie this game up. Okay, there's where our Lillies are apparently. So, hopefully next turn we can attack with the Doublade and try and get a good knockout on a Mega Lucario if we can pull up a boss. They need to one-shot our Skarmory to get game. So that's the good news here. But I would probably think they're going to go with the Makihita, but they're not going to knock us out because they're only doing 210. Unless they're going to go after the Honedge here and kind of slow us down a little bit. Oh no, they're going after the Genesect. I wonder if they have, yep, the Premium Power Pro, so they'll get 2 more prizes. They're not going to evolve the Mega Lucario, looks like, so we have to play against single board state. So, this is putting us in an interesting spot. How many Premium Power Pros? If one more. So I'm actually going to go with a Metagross here. Okay. I'm going to evolve to the Doublade. And then I'm going to Lillies. The problem is they can just use their Heave-Ho catcher and get game. Assuming they can evolve this up. So I have to prevent that play. So this is definitely interesting. At 80, we'll knock him out. I'm just gonna Metal Stomp and hope that they don't have it. That's all I can do here. So we got a boss. Okay, they got the Mega Lucario, so they need another energy. So they just need energy, which I think they probably have in hand. Actually, they don't even need energy. They can just knock us out. So they got game. That was close. Again, I did not know how this matchup is. Everything's relatively new. We don't know how a lot of these stuff goes yet. So it'll just take some time. So, can't win them all. We're still learning how this deck plays. So let's go on to game number 2 and see how Doublade Metagross deals with the rest of the ladder. Okay, we're into our second game here with Doublade. We won the coin flip. I'm trying to figure out if this is a format where we want to go first or second. I'm going to try going first, see how it is. I know we want to go second to use our supporter, but we are a setup deck, so if we can get out and going really early, I would love to do that. So it looks like we're going to get a pretty decent setup here. We have another Honedge in our hand. We have a Buddy-Buddy Poffin. And we're going against another Mega Lucario. Okay. So let's get Buddy-Buddy here. We'll get 2 Beldums. Kind of wish we can get a Genesect, but we'll just attach here. And we'll end our turn. Next turn, we can always use Dawn and get the Genesect that way. And then we'll have 2 in our hand, plus the Doublade. So we can one-shot this Riolu. So we'll see what our opponent... Okay, so they'll get Makita. So with rotation, Mega Lucario gets a huge buff. The Rocky Fighting Energy definitely helps it out, but honestly, it's because Gardevoir is not here anymore. That was one of the big gatekeepers for this deck, and now with that being gone and not really any strong Psychic decks, this deck can flourish and be a real powerhouse into the meta. As you can tell, like, they're popping off right now. So they're going to draw. So unless they get another Riolu out, they're not going to be able to have a Mega Lucario next turn. So they're going to play Petrel. I'm wondering what they're going to get with that card, though. I'm wondering if it's another Fighting Gone to get the Riolu. Can't say Nest Ball anymore because Nest Ball is gone. So they get Air Balloon, so they're probably going to retreat into, I'll say, the Makihita. They don't need that right now. Into the Soul Rock. Okay, so I wonder if they're attacking this turn. And they are, so they'll get rid of the Honedge here, unfortunately. So we'll promote the Honedge here and see what we can do. We'll get that. Metang. Yeah, I'll start getting some pieces here. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do much this turn. Because they're going to knock us out again. So I'm just going to end turn, sacrifice the Honedge, and we have hopefully a Metagross for next turn, but we do need to get an energy. We don't really have an easy way to do that. I could Petrel for Night Stretcher and get it that way because we do have an energy in the discard pile. So they're just going to Aura Jab us and get their board set up. Probably put energy on the Makihita because that can go into Hariyama with Heave-Ho Cleave attack as we saw in the first game. And never mind, we got Judge, so we'll see what we get here. Not much of anything, unfortunately. But we do have an energy, and we have the Metallic Signal, so we can get Metagross out next turn. Oh, so they're putting all in the Riolu. Okay. So let's promote the Metang because we can get Metagross here. Because we know that's in the deck. And let's save the Energy Recycler. So we'll grab these just to thin out. Unfortunately, we don't have the other Metang. So let's X-Boot here. And let's get some damage onto this Lucario. So they could knock us out if they have Premium Power Pro next this turn. They're hesitating a little bit. I'm not sure if they have it in hand to knock us out. So we're probably, well, not saved, but okay. So they're going to He-Ho probably the Beldum, I would think, or the Genesect. Probably okay, Genesect, so they can get 2 prizes. I get that. I get that. And Aura Jab. Okay, so if we somehow get our Air Balloon, I think we'll be in a good spot here. Lilies, okay. That can help us a little bit. So let's Lilies here, see what we can get. No Air Balloon. But we could just attack. Okay, let's play Honedge here. Okay, let's X boot. Do we have a metal energy? We do, so we can attack. Not ideal, but we'll take this. I want a Night Stretcher for Honedge. That way we can try and get Doublade for next turn. So let's Metallic Signal, try and get some pieces here. And let's do 150, which will be enough to knock this dude out. And we'll get 3 prize cards. So, catching up, they'll probably knock us out next turn. But if we can get our Energy Recycler, I think that will be good. We don't want to use Max Rod for energy because we need to pull it from the deck. So let's see how we can pull this off. If there's, I will guess that they're going to try to go in a single prize board state. Maybe not. Because if we can pull off the Doublade and get 3 more prizes, I think we may get this. So let's see how we can get this going. Because we need to get 6 pieces into our hand. Which currently we have 3, but we need to evolve 1, so we'll have 2. So we only need 4. Okay, so they aura jabbed us. Okay. Do we have any other of those pieces in our... Maybe. We can probably pull this off, actually. So let's see. Okay, we've got Lilies. Got Doublade here. So we have 2... This will give us 3. While we're in here, let's check our energy, because we have 1 energy in here we can attack. We do. So that gets us 3. I think we got this. So we'll grab that, and grab 1 energy. Metallic Signal here. That's 5, 6. I think we got this. So let's X boot. We're doing 360. That's all we needed. And we got this, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our last 3 prizes just have to take out 2 megas, and we got this. So, 1-1 against Mega Lucario, so depends how we set up and how they play, but I'm glad that we can show that we can actually take out these megas, and it's really good numbers. It's a great single prizer. And yeah, the Metagross is a great partner for this deck. So let's go into game 3 and see how we do. And just see if we can end with a positive record. So I'll see y'all there. Okay, y'all. We're into game 3 here. with Doublade with Steven's Metagross. We are currently 1-1 in this video, both against Mega Lucario. So hopefully we go against something a little different. And then we won the coin flip. Do we want to go first or second? I would like to go first, just because we only need a stage 1 to attack. So we're not really too bogged down with our setup. As long as we get a decent setup, we are good to go. And we start with Genesect. We do play air balloons, so we should be fine here. We have a Poké Pad, and we'll get some mulligans. So we're going against Team Rocket's Spidops here. So this may be a decent matchup for us. Don't know that. They have a mixture of basics and multi-prizers, or sorry, single prizers and multi-prizers. So this will be very interesting. So we'll get a mulligan, get energy, okay. And they start with their multi-prizer, so we can easily knock that out. We get a Beldum here. We'll play Poké Pad for a Honedge. Put Honedge there. We'll put an energy on that. We'll play Metallic Signal to get some more pieces out. So we'll get Metang. And I'll grab an Aegislash. We have the Doublades in hand already. We have Petrel for next turn. So I think we're good to go. So if we can top deck a energy, or an energy, I think we'll be set. Right now we're doing 240. If we can get, or no, it'll be less than 240. Because we have to evolve. But we have the Genesect to get the Pokemon, so we should be in an okay spot. So Trans Receiver for Proton, that way they can get some more Pokemon on their bench. That's what you want to do on your first turn as a Team Rockets deck. That's perfect. So one interesting thing is we are resistant to grass. Not sure if that's really going to matter. I believe they can hit for 180 on us. And they're just benching. Mimikyu doesn't really matter in this matchup. That's probably just their pivoter for Giovanni. Okay, so we'll grab that. We'll evolve up our Pokemon here. Okay. I hate doing this, but we need Lillie because we need... What are they weak to? Dark. So we're only doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I don't have the energy. So we'll Lillie. Hopefully we get an energy. If not, we'll just start setting up some more. We actually do get an energy, but we don't have a way to retreat. So let's play Buddy-Buddy. And just grab another attacker here. And I'm just going to put one here, because we aren't attacking this turn. Well, Metallic Signal. Grab a couple pieces. And we're fine going slow. Yeah, I think we're good. We have a decent hand for next turn. We can play slow because we're primarily a single prizer deck. If they get 2 prizes early on in the game, that's fine. We can come back and get more. And honestly, we only need 2 to 3 pieces to knock out most of their Pokemon. Because I believe the Spidops is 130, so we need 3 for that. Everything else, we only need 1 to 2. And currently, they're only doing 160. Yeah, because they have to discard the energy from their bench Pokemon. So hopefully we can get a way to get him out of the active. So we'll evolve here. We'll get Metagross out. And then we'll grab another Doublade. So we'll evolve here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be enough to knock that out. We already have energy on our Pokemon. So this is actually we're actually in a good spot here. So we'll attach here. Retreat. Because we have energy in hand. And we can do 300 damage, and they have no energy. Granted, they can easily power up these Bidops in one turn, but we can get ahead in the prize trade here. So let's do that. We'll do 300 damage, take the 2 prizes, show them what we have. And we are starting off strong against this deck. And we get the Energy Recycler, so if we get knocked out, we can put the energy back into the deck and use Metagross to power up everything. And we'll have 2 Metagrosses out too. So if we're in a bind, we can attack a Metagross as well. So what does this do? This does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon for each damage counter. Okay, so they're trying to go after the Genesect, which is fine. There's our Archer. So that does hurt us. Because we need to find a way to get our Pokemon back. So they'll take 2 prizes, tie it up. But honestly, if we can top deck another piece, we are good. That will do it. We'll play Battle Cage. I don't think it matters. But it'll be 1 card to thin out at the very least. We're doing 60 for now. We'll play Poké Pad and grab another piece here. And I'm actually going to put this on the Metagross. That way we can power this up in 1 turn. And then let's weaponize swords, get another prize card. We'll show them our 2 Pokemon in hand. And this is actually going fairly well for us. Granted, still in the mid-game here. We don't have any draw, and we don't have a way to get our Genesect back. So we'll wait and see. But they have a 2-prizer on the board. So it looks like they're going to try to go after the Metagross, which I don't think they'll do enough damage. So they got Petrel here. They have 1 energy in the discard, so they can't power up and attack this turn. But they will be doing 30 less damage. However, we're only at 100 HP, so that's fine. Like, I get it. So we'll see what they can do this turn. So, Trans Receiver, did they play Supporter yet? Not yet. If I were them, I will get the Archer, because that slows me down. Okay, it's going for Ariana. I wonder if they have the Archer in hand. So that's the only way you can hand disrupt. This is actually the best deck for hand disruption is Team Rocket's decks. Because outside of that, we only have Judge and Unfair Stamp, and that's your ace spec. But they decided to go Lillie. I think they're just trying to look for pieces. They're trying to evolve up their Spidops, which they got. Looks like they got 2 of them actually, so that's nice for them. Oh, they're going for the Tarantula. Okay. And I think they understand that we need to get 3 to knock them out. So, okay. Do 150 to us. But we can knock them out. Because we have the Metagross. Buddy-Buddy, okay. Let's see what if we have anything left. I'm just gonna do one because I need attackers. We'll X-boot here onto the Metagross. And we'll hit for 200, and I don't even think there's a way for them to knock us out next turn because of our HP, so I think we're safe for a turn. And there's our other Metagross, so we can evolve that up next turn if we don't get hand disrupted. So hopefully we don't have the Archer getting tossed our way. So they're going to charge up. Hopefully they have another energy in hand. Oh, so they just attached there. I think they're just going to sacrifice a Pokemon this turn. So let's see what they do. So E-switch to Petrel. But they can't, they need energy on their bench Pokemon to attack me. Okay, so they're gonna, no, they can't play Ariana, they're playing Petrel. So they're only doing 160. But we're only doing 200, so we're not knocking them out either. So we have that. We'll play Poké Pad for... We'll grab a Doublade here. I know we have energy in the discard, but I'd rather save it. But the good thing is we have two of these in hand. So we're just going to hit for... Actually, no. Let's X-boot. Because we need to power up, I believe. Yeah, that way this gives us options. And we'll just hit for 200. Force them to knock us out. And then we only need 2 pieces to show to get the knockout. So they're gonna charge up. Okay, they're gonna draw. But yeah, once we get our boards more or less set up, the Archer did kind of hurt us. But we had enough pieces already set up to where it didn't really matter. We're still attacking, we're still flowing, we can still get a lot of energy out in one turn. I think that's what's saving us versus this deck. Yeah, this deck can do that, but they got to a point where they kind of dead drew and couldn't get their energy. But now they're in a good groove here, but they can't charge up again. But they can attack us. They don't need to discard energy this turn. They'll knock out the Metagross. We'll bring up the Honedge. And honestly, I know we have another energy in deck. We can attach to, once we evolve to Doublade, show them that will be 120, and we'll get the KO. Because they already play Ariana, so we know our hand is safe. Honestly, this is game. I think they're just hoping that we're whiffing. Or that we're missing out the pieces that we need. Because if they retreat, they lose all their energy. But then they can attack with this dude, because then they can charge up to that. Actually, no, they already charged up, didn't they? Yeah, they already charged up. But they can charge up to this guy. But they have to lose their Mewtwo. Actually, if they even attack us, I'm not even sure. You know, they just consider. I think they saw that we had it in hand. But yeah, and Team Rocket Spot Ups is actually becoming one of the more popular decks. It did well in the first Champions League post-rotation. So the fact that we can stand up to a deck like this is very good for what this deck can do. So I'm glad that we're able to go against someone other than Mega Lucario and show that this deck can deal with the top dogs. Honestly, I'm surprised at how well this Doublade deck works. When I saw this card release, I was very hype on this. I love my metal decks. It's just been a while since I've been able to play a nice metal deck. I know metal is getting really strong in this format. It gets stronger with Chaos Rising. So be on the lookout for that in a couple months once we get those decks. But for now, like, Doublade is a really strong single prize attacker. Paired off with Steven's Metagross. I think Steven's Metagross probably got the best like upgrade post-rotation, to be honest. There's more synergy with this card now since other cards are rotated, and this is becoming a really strong partner for a lot of different types of decks. I like the free retreat on the Mega Skarmory, and to be able to just snipe damage is really strong too. This is an all-around great, strong deck. With rotation though, I'm still trying to figure out what is the best way of playing certain cards. I'm not sure if Max Rod is the best A-spec for this. I do like it so we can get our pieces back. But yeah, this is a very good, I say good foundation for this type of deck. If you can figure out like how to do this pure single prize, let me know. I tried it, I couldn't figure it out. I'm always looking for pure single type decks. So just let me know. Otherwise, like, yeah, this is a very fun deck to play on the ladder. We have a lot of pieces involved with it. I would like to up the energy recyclers, but I don't know what to cut. Battle Cage, I'm not sure if this is the stadium for this deck, but it fits for now. But yeah, this is a really fun deck. I'm glad that we're able to kind of do justice with this. When we were at pre-release, I saw a lot of my friends make this deck, and the amount of damage that they can do was absurd. So yeah, let us know what you think about this, how y'all are playing it on the ladder. We always read the comments, so please reach out to us. And again, like and subscribe to our channel, to this video. We're always looking for new ideas as well. We want to put our content out there. We want to put ourselves out there in this space. And honestly, you guys are helping us do that. So help us get ourselves in the algorithm out there. And until next time, y'all, thank you for watching the Rogue Deck Chronicles, and have fun playing those sneaky decks. See y'all.